They don't have an answer for this, and if you ask the question, you get into trouble. I see this, and we're speaking to Dr. Scott Atlas of the Hoover Institution, former chief of neuroradiology at Stanford University Medical School. We've only got a couple of minutes, Doc. I wanted to ask you, though, we keep hearing that it's not safe to reopen until we get to some number of tests. I mean, the tracing thing, I'm not a doctor, but I've already figured out that this, for exactly what you said, this is absurd. I mean, you have 300,000 new infections, they think, a day right now based on the 3,000 new cases a day. This is what Dr. Scott Gottlieb of the FDA said a week ago. We don't even have enough tracers to find 10,000 cases in New York City. It's crazy. But on the testing alone side of it, put aside the trace part, they keep saying we have to get to 2 million a day. We have testing centers that are closing. So what do we do about it? Because no one's taking the tests.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of confusion, and really this is sort of a problem of people who can do a Google search and think they're an expert, as well as sort of partial information. There are people who are epidemiologists and statisticians who want testing, but they don't understand and not taking into account the harm of the delays of opening. Again, there has to be an application of logic. We have knowledge. By the way, 99% of people have minimal disease or asymptomatic disease. This sort of infection is not the lethal infection that people are frantic about that creates total confinement. And in fact, it's a way to develop population-based immunity. This is how viruses are eradicated. We have people who get antibodies. They block these networks of infection toward the vulnerable. I mean, this is a basic fundamental fact of immunology and medical science. We've known this for decades. People say, we don't know everything about the virus. Of course we don't know everything about the virus. But we do know that for decades, coronavirus family viruses have 1 to 2 years of resistance once you have antibodies. We do believe in antibodies. That's the whole reason why scientists are excited about transfusing antibodies for a cure or a protection. Antibodies from people who have already had the disease. We do believe in if you don't believe in antibodies, you cannot believe in vaccines at all. Why were you waiting for a vaccine if you don't think that the antibodies are going to confer resistance? Vaccines are injecting something that makes someone create antibodies.
Right.
If you don't believe that's protective, what kind of rational thought would be that you believe in vaccines?
Well, we appreciate your rationality here and expertise, Doc. Dr. Scott Atlas of the Hoover Institution, really appreciate your time, sir. Thank you so much for joining us, and we hope you'll come back again.
Okay, thank you.
Hey, Team Buck, thank you so much for watching The First on YouTube. If you like this video, please click that little thumbs up button so then it will log as liked. And also, if you want to see more great content from The First, please click subscribe.